Hey everybody, this is Pastor Jeremy at First Southern Baptist Church in Liberal, Kansas, and I want to take just a moment to share with you an encouraging worship thought from God's Word today. We're going to read from Deuteronomy chapter 6, starting in verse 5. It says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. These words I'm giving you today are to be in your heart. Repeat them to your children. Talk about them when you sit in your house, when you walk along the road, when you lie down, and when you get up." We are currently living through some time in our life that we have never experienced before in our lifetime. Things are crazy and changing each and every day. But one of the blessings is our God never changes. In fact, when Jesus was asked, what's the most important command? He said the same thing that Moses said back here in Deuteronomy. Jesus said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. This is how we ought to worship. Now I think from this passage we can take a couple of really quick special thoughts for us as what does it look like to worship the Lord during this time. First and foremost, I think this passage tells us that our worship is a personal thing between us and God. It says that these words that Moses is giving right now should be in the people's hearts. We should be taking the opportunities that we have right now when our schedules are freed up and we have some free time and extra time. Dig into God's Word. Let's take some time to pray and build our relationship with the Lord. That's a great opportunity that we have to spend more time in God's Word and in prayer right now and growing our relationship there. I think this passage also tells us that our worship should be relational. It tells us to repeat these words to our children. Your family, whoever is closest to you, the people you spend time with, they should know that Jesus is first and foremost in your life. And they should know why Jesus is so awesome. You should be sharing with them opportunities. In our homes and in our families, let's take time during this time when our kids are home and not in school to do family devotions. Let's sing around the piano or the guitar. If you don't play an instrument, use that technology that God's blessed us with. Pull up YouTube, find your favorite worship videos, and sing along with your kids. Whether you sing well or not, make a joyful noise. Let your children see that God is important to you and tell them why He's important to you. And then finally, I think this passage tells us that our worship should be testimonial. It tells us that we should be repeating these words when we sit in our house, like we're doing right now, when we walk along the roads, when we lie down, when we get up, whatever we're doing, we should be telling people the goodness and the greatness of God. How do you worship in a time when you're supposed to shelter in place and we're supposed to stay safe at home? Man, the next time you have to make a trip to the grocery store, why don't you call an elderly neighbor or an elderly friend? See if they need something from the grocery store that you can pick up for them. Maybe you have a friend from high school that you can reconnect with on Facebook. Take that opportunity to see how their life is going. See how they're coping with the world around them during COVID-19. Maybe what you need to do is just take a piece of paper, write a letter, a handwritten note to a friend or to a neighbor, telling them about all God is showing you during this time, the way that God has changed you and made your life better. All of these things are acts of worship. Worship is more than just going to church on Sunday morning and singing some songs. We ought to take every moment to let the world know that Jesus is first and foremost. This is how we love the Lord our God with all of our heart, with all of our soul, and with all of our strength. Until next time, this is Pastor Jeremy.